First question is, what is ninjutsu?
Nin is to persevere. Jitsu means an art form. So ninjutsu is an ancient martial art which teaches you how to keep going on no matter what.
I believe this was a form of martial arts that was practiced by the ninjas and the shinobis and the samurais.
The ninjas are a Western creation. They were never called ninjas in Japan. Even today, if you go to Japan and say ninjas, they laugh at you. So the traditional name of the martial art is Budo Taijutsu. Bu means war. Do means the path. Budo, the path of war. Tai means body. Jutsu means movement, art, warfare. Japanese words have depth like Sanskrit words. Each word has multiple meanings. So Budo Taijutsu is what the Budoka, like the karateka, practice. And all the samurai families used to practice a type of Budo. There are more than 2,000 schools of Budo in Japan. So Nin is a collection of Budo through which people who practiced it persevered no matter what. So the samurai jutsu, we also have samurai jutsu in my system, were a code of honor, ethics, battle only during a certain time of the day, let the enemy sleep, seppuku, which is ritual suicide, and many other things which are all about honor and pride. The ones who didn't have this were called the shinobi, or people who didn't have this, and they practice ninjutsu. So you can say this is thing. But there's other words like ninpo and many other things that nintai, many other words that attach the prefix nin to it.
From everything I've read about this martial art,
Don't believe.
Don't believe it. One thing that struck out to me, you can tell me if it is right or wrong. It said that this is a martial art more about feeling the situation and feeling the opponent
Absolutely.
and his attack. And it's not about blocking the next attack, but rather feeling what he's going to do next and then reacting to that.
So it's a system where there's no attack or defense. That's a very dualistic way of sports to look at things. There's just situational awareness. So self-defense is only when you are one person. With situational awareness, you're aware of the situation. Maybe somebody has a gun and you can't disarm him because there's a kid behind you and the bullet might fire and kill the kid. This is situational awareness. Instead, give him your money, let him buy a burger for himself. That's why he's stealing from you, right? So this is situational awareness. So it goes beyond attack and defense, because attack and defense is also very relative. What is an attack and defense? If somebody slapped you, attack or defense?
Attack.
He slapped you because you slapped him first. Attack or defense?
Defense.
So he slapped you because you slapped him first because he winked at your girlfriend. Attack or defense?
Yeah, attack.
He winked at your girlfriend because she said, "Hi, sweetie," thinking he was somebody else. So attack or defense is so relative. It doesn't exist. There's only conflict awareness, conflict resolution. And the conflict today is not the physical conflict in battlefields. So we use the battlefield concepts to use it in life, in conference room, in traffic jams, and interactions with other humans. So that's why this is an art that's very applicable to life. Though there's many people still in battle kind of situations, army folks, policemen, special forces, FBI, CIA, they're all training this. They come to the Grandmaster in Japan and train with them. So many top agents in the world, even KGB, I've seen train this martial art, and I've seen them in Japan.
Interesting. Another tenet that I read online was that, well, most martial arts are this battle not with an opponent but with yourself. Don't you feel like there's the ahamkara, the identity or the ego, then it is implicit in martial arts because you are fighting something which is yourself?
See, there's no fighting. There's no fighting. There's no battle with yourself. How I like to explain it is, unless you understand the aham, you can't understand the kara. Let me explain. Unless you've experienced darkness, you will never appreciate what is light. Unless you've truly felt hate from somebody, you will never know what is it to be loved. Similarly, unless you've learned how to be violent, you can never be peaceful. Many people say, "I'm peaceful," but they're not peaceful, they're helpless. Somebody goes to stab them, they'll get stabbed. That's not peaceful, that's helpless. Somebody comes to stab me, I can break his arm, but I choose not to. That is peaceful. Because I've understood violence and the implications of violence, I can choose peace. That's the difference.
Is that an important journey to have?
Of course.
To achieve peace, you need to understand violence to its core.
It's this. Unless you go one side, you can't go find the other. That's why this was our Lego design today. There's no beginning and end. There's no violence and peace. It just is a situation. It can be violent and peace at the same moment. So the classic example is, if you kill somebody, is it right or wrong?
Depends on the situation.
Exactly, right? So if
Yeah.
you kill somebody in general, you go to jail. But in the battlefield, if you kill somebody, you're given an award. So the act of killing itself is neither good or bad. It's neither violent or non-violent. It's only the quality and the situation that we put to it. So there's no battle with the self. The battle with the self is because people need external motivation. When your internal motivation is so strong that you want to do something, there's no battle. Why battle with yourself? Yogis don't battle. There's no battle for us. If we don't want to do it, we don't do it. If we're doing it, we are self-motivated. So there's no battle. There's no external motivation required for us to do that purposeful, mindful activity. So everybody battling with themselves, they're going somewhere they don't want to go, or living with somebody they don't want to live with, or working in a company they don't want to work for, or doing something they don't want to do. So there's a battle with themselves. There's no battle with yourself. It doesn't exist. It's a created story. I'm battling with myself. No, you're not. You just don't want to do it. Accept it. And then maybe you have a higher goal. Say, okay, I have a certain fitness achievement. So I'm going to battle with myself for 21 days till I build a habit so that I get this type of movement into my system. Okay. But that's not really battle with yourself. That's just you finding other ways to motivate you. Then in 21 days, when it becomes a habit, it's pretty much on autopilot.
Right. Definitely wanted to explore the benefits that you've seen from ninjutsu or martial arts with life in general. And I think we can tie it in with the scrolls that you brought.
Yeah.
We'd love to show everyone.
So the Grandmaster writes out these beautiful scrolls for us every time we go to Japan. So this one says Senkyaku Bunlai. Yeah, it means 10,000 visitors 10,000 times. Okay, so that's one. I don't know if we can show you all, but we'll show you a few. I brought a few. This one is the Daruma. Stand up. This way. This is the Daruma or the Bodhidharma. Dhyana went to China and became Chan, and then that went to Japan and became Zen.
Right.
So that's Dhyana.
Right.
So I have one more.
And sorry, could you just explain this one again? So this is 10,000 customers 10,000 times, right?
Yeah, the Japanese saying is Senkyaku Bunlai. So it's written outside shops. He gave it to me when I was starting a business. Oh my.
Oh.
Okay, we'll come back
build
to
it
this.
again. No way.
And this one says Shiken Haramitsu Daikomyo, which means may you have, maybe I'll bring it to the front here.
Yep.
Haramitsu Daikomyo, which means may you have enlightenment or satori in every moment. Daikomyo. Dai means big. Dai means big. Komyo is satori. So this is Shiken Haramitsu Daikomyo, which means may you have the big komyo, enlightenment or satori in every moment. Haramitsu is Paramatma. May you discover the divinity and have that moment of satori in every moment. And this is something we chant before every class. I think it's also a Buddhist mantra which they chant at the temples and stuff. So the application in life is tremendous because, like I said, today's battles are not fought in battlefields. So whether it's simple concepts like Fudo Shin, which means immovable heart, it's very applicable in life because you don't need to be swayed by compliments or you don't need to be affected by insults, right? So there's so many concepts like that. There's another one, Nana Karobi Ayoki, which is fall down 7 times, get up 8, which means be ready for failure and be ready for rejection and be ready to have the resilience to keep going. There's many concepts like this.
Thank you once again. I really appreciate that you've brought this. Always appreciate it. What's happening here?
So with this, I've controlled his lower spine. This is one of the basic moves in our martial art because this joint here connects to the elbow, which connects to the shoulder. And with this, I can lock his lower spine with no effort from my side. The only thing he can do now is bend his elbow. Not so bad. Bend your elbow. That's the only way you can escape. And then with that, I can give him a bit more pain. So no matter how much muscle he puts in, do you want to see him cringe a bit?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know
we can.
why we're making this.
Okay. No, just like that. And
Yeah.
we have some other fun stuff like high-fi.
I hope this will not lead to something else.
High-fi, and then we can break the
Oops.
wrist like
I
this.
knew
So this is used in many places. And if you see, I'm not using any musculature. It's just bone structure. And then we can take things like this. So the essence of this martial art is that you move away from victim mentality, not just in a physical level. I'm teaching you the physical things because we have that also, but in a mental and emotional level, so that you can never be at the receiving end of an attack. You're always in a non-victim mentality, and the attack is not just physical, it's also verbal, it's also emotional, it's also anything else. So you're always protected.